What's up, guys? My name's Isaiah Hill, and continuing on with our Halloween type theme month, I decided to do this film. This is another childhood film. This is a film that I still enjoy. First off, I'm just gonna give it an amazing just right off the bat. This is part of the Tim Burton collection, and the film we're dealing with this guy right here. This film is Beetlejuice, or better yet, The Ghost with the Most. Guys, I love this movie. This is one of my favorite movies. And it stars Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Jeffrey Jones, Catherine O'Hara, and Winona Ryder, and even Michael Keaton as the Ghost with the Most himself, Beetlejuice. This is a really interesting film. This is about where the main characters of Alec Baldwin's character's name is Adam, and Gina Davis' character's name is Barbara. Adam and Barbara are living at home. They're having their own vacation, just enjoying themselves. But then a freak accident occurs where a dog gets involved somehow. So while they're driving back home, they avoid a dog, but they end up crashing and they die because the car goes in the water and they drown. And now they're dead. And now these new people are moving into the house, and then now they're looking for someone to get rid of them. And that's where Beetlejuice comes into play. Guys, this film is amazing. I really like how Tim Burton sets his films. I really like this one especially because when the film opens up, you get some pretty interesting music by Danny Elfman. And you get the shot that goes over the entire town, and it's just amazing how Tim Burton was able to set all this up. And he is, in my opinion, a very talented director. His vision is just amazing. And then when you get to the family is with Catherine O'Hara especially. She is this overbearing person, and Jeffrey Jones is the cool guy. He's yeah, well, just don't deal with this room, please. He just wants a place to relax. That's all he wanted. Their daughter Winona Ryder, who you may know from another Tim Burton classic, Edward Scissorhands, or if you are a fan of or if you are on Netflix, you're probably familiar with the show Stranger Things, where she plays the mother of one of the characters. And she is phenomenal here. Winona Ryder, I think, is a great actress, despite what happened, but I really don't care. Michael Keaton, he is phenomenal. I love Michael Keaton films. He is amazing. And he'll later go on to be in Batman, which was directed by Tim Burton, and part of this collection, too. One thing to really point out this film, it deals heavily with death, but it has a sort of feel it has a feel-good feel. This film was, Michael Keaton says it's his favorite performance that he's ever had done, and a lot of his lines were improvised, and he shot this in 2 weeks. Pretty impressive, because there's a famous part where everyone says, oh yeah, Beetlejuice, he's just an awesome guy. And yeah, but if you think about it, he's not in the film as much as people think. I mean, he's in the film a good bit, but he's not in it as much. Think of Hannibal Lecter. You remember Hannibal Lecter really well from Silence of the Lambs, but he's in the film for 24 minutes. And that's pretty impressive for someone to leave a lasting impact. I mean, you don't see Beetlejuice until literally nearly halfway through the film, actually where you visit him, not counting a commercial. I mean, you want to count that, then it's a little bit, it's really at the end of the first third. And then you meet, then you're going through it, and then when you get the encounterment, he pops up every now and then. And the thing is, what's really interesting about this is, he disappears for a little bit. And it works, because you feel that you know him really well, you know this guy. And it's really impressive, because, Michael Keaton's just, performance, that energy that he has, he brings his character to life. And originally, Beetlejuice was supposed to be a lot darker. He was, just supposed to not be a good person at all. like he was a demon who would turn into like a Middle Eastern man, and he was just like insane. Like that was the original idea, and it was much more of a horror concept than a comedy. But when they got Michael Keaton, it became much more of a comedy, and he was unfortunately typecast as a comedic actor. But thankfully, Tim Burton saw potential and cast him as Bruce Wayne in Batman. And there was like a lot of hate towards that because many people were like, "Oh, we can't see him as Batman," but that's what makes him perfect. If you can't see him as it, he might do a great job at it, which works. And here, like he's just energetic. He's like all sorts of things. And I'm so grateful he made a good comeback, and he's now appearing in more films because I really enjoy his films. I do think he's a phenomenal actor. Alec Baldwin says that his performance in this is not that good, but maybe because he thinks that it was amateurish. But I don't care. I actually think it was a good job. Gina Davis does a good job. Now, honestly, I knew Gina Davis more as a redhead. But here she's like her natural brunette. And she does a great job in this film. Catherine O'Hara, she's just funny. Jeffrey Jones, he's pretty good in this movie. Winona Ryder plays like a really good, moody teenager. All the characters in this film, they're so memorable. And that's what makes it work for me. Beetlejuice, Adam, Barbara, Delidia, and Charles. The 5 characters that you can easily remember so well. Or you want to get rid of Charles, you can replace with Lydia. And that's how it works. And if you can name off all those 5 characters and you remember them so well and how they act and how they do anything, well, like then Otho, who's like crazy, Charles, and like all sorts of characters. So there's 7 characters that you can easily name, and it works because Tim Burton has like a knack for this, and the writing is great. This is produced by David Geffen. If you don't know who David Geffen is, he is a founder of Asylum Records, which had like bands like Eagles, acts like Jackson Browne, Joni Mitchell, and many others. So he is a pretty big deal. And also David Geffen was also a producer of Little Shop of Horrors. And I believe this film actually is really good. If not for him, we would not have like the ghost with the most himself, Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton has even said that if he were to do that, he would be willing to do a Beetlejuice sequel, because there's been talks about a Beetlejuice sequel since Beetlejuice, and it was like supposed to be like, and the original idea was Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, and it was so interesting to read about, because I was like, how would that work? And it's always equivalent, because whenever there is like where people might have forgotten about it, people like will remember, they'll bring it up again, and it's pretty cool actually. The thing is, like with these characters in Beetlejuice, like they're, even though Beetlejuice is like basically not a good guy in this, but you still love him. It doesn't matter. He has had his own video game. He had his own TV show. He had like practically everything. Puzzles. He had, you name it, anything that was Beetlejuice related. Then there you go. Beetlejuice was released like in the 80s, and it was surprisingly a massive box office success. Received amazing reviews, and I believe it won the Oscar for like best makeup. I believe, I could be wrong on that, but this film, like the effects in this are alone, and like the feel that it has. Like there are moments in Beetlejuice that are like a little, they're just weird, but not like too scary. But overall, like I think that's really what Tim Burton can do really well. He can take something like that looks terrifying and something that looks just really like not like that you can just make fun of, but still make it good. There's like parts like where you do visit the afterlife, and the afterlife is especially pretty interesting, because like you find out how they die, you find out like what happened, and like what's going on. And that's what I love about this film, because it really explores like, is there a life after death? And I like the topics that they really go through, and it works in my opinion, and I just love it. Another thing to like really point out is, if you watch this film and it is like a film like where you're like, oh, that's just weird, just check out Tim Burton. he is not going away either. Be expecting a very special review tomorrow, and it will be very special because I promise you, it will be. Now, and one more thing to point out with Beetlejuice is more towards Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton, how he is in this film, like, he comes off as just like a guy that you just like to have fun with, regardless of like what he does. He's like a guy that you can party with. Winona Ryder and him like have like basically like a good like interactions like in the movie. A lot of people have good interactions in this film, and the characters, in my opinion, work. Despite how some people feel about their performances or how they think it looks, I think this film is overall did a great job, and I really enjoy it. And that's really all to say about this film. Beetlejuice is one of my favorite movies. This is a favorite like amongst my brothers and many others. We love this film, and it's part of the collection. I'm so grateful I got it, and I love this. Now, guys, that's it. And as I said, the film gets amazing. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you guys wish to see more videos like this from my Let's Play, by all means, subscribe. If you guys want to share this with your friends and family, by all means, go ahead. If you guys want to ask Sarah, request something, comment down below, and I will respond, and I will talk to you. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. I hope you guys have an amazing day. My name's Isaiah Hill, signing off.